here, and we're looking forward to other ways that we can continue to collaborate like this right here. So keeping with the fierceness and the fire, keeping with the goodness and the glory, coming up next to the stage. How are we feeling thus far? How do we feel about what we've heard thus far? Yes, for the energy of the room. Yes, for everybody continuing to pull themselves forward. And thank you for folks coming to the front row. Yes, yes, yes. All of the things that are feeling good right now. All right, coming up next to the stage, we have Damali. Damali Robinson is a Jamaican-born poet and spiritual activist living in the Bay Area. She is an evolving creative seeking to effect change positively in the world through her art, beginning with herself. She's been writing poetry for 30 plus years and has plans to publish a book and produce films. With 2 grown kids and a day job, her creative energies emerge on weekends and in the wee hours of the morning. Her poetry is part brokenness, part beauty, and all truth-telling. She is a creative director of the Souls of Women project, and the project captures 3 fierce Jamaican women in video vignettes, illuminating their spiritual, creative, and healing journeys. Journeys we're all taking one way or another. Y'all put your hands together, show all your love, start clapping right now, start clapping right now. Give it up for Damali Robinson! Greetings. I'm nervous. All right, we'll shake it off. All right, thank y'all for being here. So I wanted to start because Mona and I had a conversation last night, and I just want to lift up the Caribbean. I want to lift up Jamaica, and like the energy that keeps people trapped. The energy that says you are not allowed to love who you want to love. The don't ask, don't tell policies of the Caribbean, I feel this needs to be done. And so, when I discovered a few years ago that I actually haven't been in a relationship with men most of my life, this beautiful woman that I fell in love with, it just came front and center to me that like, you know what? No, love is free. And so I'm so honored to be here to just lift that up. And so if you'll journey with me, I want to share with you my book. I'm writing a book of poetry called Love, Loss, Healing, and Justice. Yes. And so I want to take you through each chapter. So if you'll journey with me, I'll start us at chapter 1. Chapter 1 is love. And it talks a little bit about my journey into love with that person I mentioned a moment ago. I like you. I'm not a lie. I'm petrified. But I'm writing for the first time in years, and the words are pouring through this pen as my mind races. I'm seeing traces of your smile and aura, and I'm sitting in this awareness, near fearless, overthinking but deep in, so it's all good. A thought of you is like a deep meditative breath, where my spirit is filled with the love that I've longed for my entire life. You are the wish I pray the universe conspires with me to make come true. Yes, woman, you. And so, the universe has a sense of humor. So they didn't quite make it, the relationship folded about 1.5 years in. And honestly, when you're going through heartbreak and loss, you can sit there for a while. So I think I sat there for maybe another year. And so I'm gonna take you with me into the chapter called Loss. Some days, I see you, I feel you. We're curled up together, touching, kissing, talking. It is vivid, and I'm taken back to us, when there was such a thing, a construct we created and loved.
And then, when you spend your time in loss, you're like, this is getting old. So I need to figure a way out of this. And, we all do healing different, and I have many methods. But there was one that I called on in particular, and I want to share that with you. And this is my healing chapter, chapter 3, healing. I'm going to do a ritual for closure, calling on the Orishas, the ancestors, Oshun, Obatala, and my grandmothers to release you. I'll bathe in warm rivers, soak in oranges and honey, then smear my body in red dirt. I'll line my altar with white rum, mezcal, mangoes, and rice and peas, and feed our hunger for you. I'll move my body to the drum, involuntarily almost, as it reverberates tones that sound like my heart breaking. I'm going to call in Grandma Pearl and Dorothy, then Sis and Mammy. They'll enter this body and soothe the places that need your touch, the places that hold on and clutch so desperately. They'll step in and take over, and I'll let them because it's time. My ancestors know my heartbreak intimately, so we'll swaddle it in mudcloth, drench it in our blood and tears, and set it ablaze. Watching the fire, watching our love burn, inhaling the smoke where tenderness used to be, and I'll step back, then release. Because I know it's time. And then it's kind of like when the healing is working through you, and you feel like, okay, I can breathe again, I can come back to being semi-me. Then other things come up. And for me, justice is a big part of who I am and what I embody, and there are just so many things that are happening right now that I feel like we really need voices for justice still. And so this poem is called Let's Talk. Let's talk, Me Too. Let's talk Weinstein and Cosby, Rose and Lauer, Spacey and Simmons, Franken and Conyers, Kavanaugh and Trump. Let's talk freely. Let's talk liberation talk. This nonpartisan, unfiltered, messy, and healing talk. This truth-telling needs oxygen to live, to breathe. Our voices need to be heard in the millions like a crescendo. We're speaking out in harmonies previously unheard, Me Too. And these voices won't be shamed, won't be stopped, not this time, not anymore, because there's purpose in this exposure. So let's talk, Me Too. Let's talk the president and Congress, political luminaries, A-list celebrities and talking heads. But then let's bring the camera in, get close and focus. Let's talk the neighbors, the family tree, and those we used to call friends. Let's talk proximity. Look around. Those closest to us, they touch us inappropriately. They disrobe and force and insist we never tell. Attempting to strip us of our dignity, bury us in secrecy. They attempt to use their celebrity, their proximity, to buy anonymity. So let's talk. Because cultures run deep. And rape culture was built brick by brick on silence and codes and family vows to guard secrets, to grow secrets into ugliness, into destruction. We turn on ourselves because we've never turned on them. Speak it now. Let's talk. Let's talk, Me Too. When she tried to tell you, you said, shh, hush now, never repeat that to anyone. And he tried to tell you, and you said, shh, hush now, no one must ever know. Let's talk, Me Too. Let's talk right now in the light. Pulling the curtains back, they say shame cannot exist in the light. So let's talk with light. We created rape culture in the White House, in the Supreme Court, in the pulpits, in the classroom, on the field, in the boardrooms, in our homes, in bedrooms, in bathrooms, and bathrooms. We hid it, we covered it, we looked the other way. When we needed to scream, we went mute. So let's talk Me Too. We let this happen, and we can change it now. Let's talk, let's believe, let's witness, and participate in dismantling rape culture, one brick at a time, one voice at a time, until the truth becomes a healing crescendo. No one can ignore. Let's talk Me Too.
All right, give it up for Damali. Yes, with the fierce and the fire. I love it, I love it, I love it.